Saying the Royals have been bad as of recently is just an understatement. They have had a sub 500 record every season since 2017. This span included 3 seasons under 60 wins with 100 losses. Last season in 2023, they finished 56 and 106. Ever since the dynasty ended in 2015, they just haven't been able to find team success in any form. But hey, maybe the bad is over since they signed Will Smith. He's the first player in any major American sports league to win 3 titles in a row with 3 different teams. I'm only kidding, but it is a cool stat. But with a 9-4 start to the season, things do look different. Things have changed a lot in Kansas City, especially their offseason spending and development of the young guys. Not saying they'll be good now, but the Royals look like they just might butt into something great. The Royals have been a team that just does not spend money. Before this season, they never had a contract worth over $100 million tendered ever. They were one of 3 teams. One of the teams is the White Sox, which I'm a fan of, so they better get off that list real soon. They quickly put that to rest by signing star Bobby Witt to an 11-year, $288 million contract extension. They also spent $53 million this year on roster additions, and $100 million total this offseason. Before I cover the moves, I need to tell you this just to put the lack of spending into real perspective. They spent more money on Seth Lugo this year than they had the entire last offseason. That is just incredible. But it really is no surprise they won only 56 games. It seems knowing Bobby Witt is the core guy to build around inspired them to spend some money, because they went out and they proved that they wanted to build a roster around him. They signed Seth Lugo to a 3-year, $45 million deal, Michael Wacha to a 2-year, $32 million deal, Hunter Renfroe for 2 years and $13 million, Chris Stratton for 2 years and $8 million, Will Smith 1 year and $5 million, Adam Frazier 1 year $4.5 million, Garrett Hampson 1 year $2 million, and Austin Nola for 1 year $1 million. Not only did they spend money, they traded as well. They got Nick Anderson and Kyle Wright from the Braves. Kyle Wright looked pretty good when he was on the Braves, but some injuries derailed him, so that's a project, and I think that's the kind of move a team like this should be making, so kudos to them. They got John Schreiber from the Red Sox, as well as a lot of other moves for the depth. The only downside was they traded Edward Olivares to the Pirates, and he's playing well, but so is Nelson Velasquez, so all is well in the Royals world. Now, the pitching has exceeded expectations for the Royals. With Cole Reagan, Seth Lugo, Brady Singer, Michael Wacha, and Alec Marsh, they've built a formidable rotation. The bullpen had a terrible start, but it seems they figured it out as of recent, because they've not allowed a run in the past 23 innings at the time of this video. The entire pitching staff has the second best ERA in all of baseball at 2.54 in 13 games. They have allowed the least amount of runs in all of baseball so far. But besides Alec Marsh with a 3.09 ERA, which is good, every starter has a sub-3 ERA, and Lugo has a 1.45 and Singer has a .98. This rotation has been lights out, and it helps Kansas City have the record they do now. The Royals' offense has been electric as well. They are top 10 in runs scored, average, and 3rd in home runs. They are also bottom 10 in strikeouts and ranked 12th in on-base percentage. This offense has a great approach at the plate, and that's just to put the ball in play, so you gotta love that. They legitimately have a 5-tool player and MVP candidate in Bobby Witt to anchor not only the offense, but the defense as well. Through 13 games, he has a ridiculous .358 average with a .414 on-base percentage with 4 home runs, 5 doubles, and 2 triples. You heard that correctly. That guy is an extra base machine. He is so fast. He also has 3 stolen bases. So to say the money was well spent on him is simply just an understatement. He will be a top 10 player in baseball sooner than later. MJ Melendez is also showing he might be a breakout candidate as well. In 12 games, he's slashing .325 with a .426 OBP and 3 homers and 5 doubles. He's definitely a big part of this core. I think it's pretty wise to wait until you see what the core will be before you go ahead and spend money. You have Bobby Witt. You also have Michael Garcia, who's cousins with Ronald Acuna Jr., so he's got the winning genes. You got Vinny Pasquantino, you got MJ Melendez and Michael Massey. They're brewing something nice over there in Kansas City. You also get to pair him along with the veteran leadership of Salvador Perez. He's one of those guys who actually produces, and he has that been there, done that mentality where he could teach these guys how to win. Remember, he was part of that Kansas City dynasty when they were winning back in the early 2010s. I think Vinny Pasquantino might be one of their X factors. If he really gets it going, he could help this team win a lot more games. I think he's a great player, and he's turning into something awesome to watch. If you guys weren't familiar with this, they have the thing called Pasquatch warning. So every time Vinny Pasquantino gets a hit, they have a guy dressed up in a Sasquatch costume walking across center field. I think it's awesome. The guy even goes out and does it in like 90-degree weather. I just think it's great. The Royals went from 23 to 20 in payroll, and I expect that to bridge even further and get them closer up. But I don't think top 10 necessarily, but they're going to spend more money, especially if they know these are the guys they want in the squad for a while. Royals will get better, and they will be good for a while. Now, I really do see a path to the playoffs with them. I'm not saying they will make the playoffs, and I'm not saying they won't, but they have the luxury of being in the AL Central, which is just the worst division in baseball. So realistically, if you keep it up and you play like a little bit above 500, there's a chance you can make the playoffs. Look, I'm not sure if they do it or they don't, but even if they can remain around 500, a little bit above, at, or below, they've made progress that it will be great for the long run. I really do see them competing for a playoff spot at the bare minimum 1 to 2 years. If they do it now, that's just a bonus for them. But the Royals are constructing a nice roster, and I think it will pay off. Anyways, comment your thoughts on the Royals roster, and make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.